This episode has been brought to you from the DGMS studios, home of Don't Get Me Started, Lethal and Mully Live and Surftown. Found at Spotify, Amazon, Apple Music and wherever you listen to your podcast. Welcome to Lethal and Mully Live, the podcast where we look into the wild, the wicked and the wonderful. I'm Lethal.
And I'm Mully. Together we're your guides through the chaotic universe of pop culture, current affairs, interviews and everything in between.
Each week we'll bring you the hottest topics, the craziest stories and the interesting guests. We have debates, laughter and maybe a few surprises along the way.
Wherever you are tuning in, from your car, your couch or wherever you find your podcast fix, we are here to entertain, inform and keep you company.
So grab your favourite snack, settle in and get ready for a wild ride. It's time to get lethal. And remember, stay curious and keep it real. Hello, good evening and welcome to this very, I feel it's hitting rock bottom already, an episode where we have a return guest who's come in for his trilogy. The first time he came in, listeners may have known him as Michael Woodham. He was on Noosa Now, he's a resort manager in Noosa. Then Keith had this suggestion to have him on as a Christmas special. He came in, was a star, one of our top episodes, and now we've got him in for a trilogy on Lethal and Mully Live. Michael, welcome, mate.
Oh, my microphone's working now. Oh, thank you. Can I just start? Explain me Lethal and Mully, please.
So Lethal and Mully is nicknames of Keith and I. So I have been called Lethal because apparently I reminded somebody of Lee Matthews, who was an AFL player, and they called him Lethal Lee. So an old mate, Robbie, called me Lethal. And of course, we're looking across at our co-host, Keith Mully McMullen.
Okay.
Their nickname. See, you're a Kiwi, right?
Yes.
Now, the patron saint of your rugby over there is Captain, what was that guy?
Richie McCaw.
Yeah, who's always cheating on, you saw all those videos of him cheating on YouTube all the time? Well,
It's only cheating if you get caught.
all right, I'm going to hold you to that. Now, Lee Matthews, who Lee was referring to then, was the equivalent in status for AFL Australian football, the same as what your Captain Kiwi was.
Richie McCaw.
Is that his name?
Yes.
Right, okay.
Moving right along. So in the studio, we got Keith Mully McMullen. How are you, Keith? You've been surfing all day. You come in, you look very windswept. How are you?
Well, thank you. I'm actually exhausted. I just sat for hours and then had to get up the cliff once I got out of the water. And the waves were pretty big. I took a beating a couple of times, smacked my chin on the board. Luckily, didn't knock the teeth out, which I've already done once before. But it was good. Now, Michael, sorry, mate, being a Kiwi, I have to ask you a couple of Kiwi questions. Are you ready for it?
Hold on before that. I just want to do a shout out to road.com.au, to Gavin and Alex. Their customer service, so it's exceptional. Their attention to detail was second to none. They were very courteous, kind, and they helped me out with a problem. So thanks, guys. Really appreciate it. Keep up the good work.
Now, Australia and New Zealand people, the Aussies and the Kiwis, are cousins. They're the same ilk, although the Kiwis are a bit more Scottish and the Aussies a bit more Irish, but they have a little friendly rivalry. So we have to start this episode with an Australian Kiwi joke. All right. Now, there's one of those jokes got a little bit of a twist to it. You have to think. Are you ready for it, Michael, or do you want something a little bit more obvious?
No, you go.
All right. So an Aussie says to his Kiwi mate, if I give you $400, will you answer 2 questions for me? And the Kiwi, quick as a wink, replies, absolutely. What's the second question?
Yeah, I got it. I'm waiting for the $400.
Yeah.
He got it all right. No need for a second question. Here's the dough.
Michael, we've got you on because I spoke to you before. You were sensational on Noosa Now. You were even better in our Christmas special. And now we got you in as a trilogy. Now, I want to play you a little something that will remind you of something you discussed about on Noosa Now. And I know that you've updated it, and I just want to hear why. So listen up. This is what you said.
How will they find you when you have that business? Are you going to set up a web page?
They will find me because I will have the ski concierge signed up. There'll be an avalanche of snow hit your screen and I intend to wipe it away and I'm going to be looking at you saying, can I help you?
With a tuxedo on.
Tuxedo and a ski hat.
Michael, what's happened to the ski concierge?
Well, good question. I was actually going to come in today because I thought you were going to broadcast this in video. I was going to wear a ski helmet and ski jacket and goggles because I knew you'd start giggling. The ski concierge changed names because, as one of my daughters said to me, A lot of people can't spell ski concierge for starters, concierge, and a lot of young'uns don't know what a concierge is.
Young'uns?
Young'uns! So the ski concierge came to life in January as the ski guy.
Yeah, I like
.com.au.
Yeah, more simple, clean, straight to the
Yep,
point.
one word. The ski guy, or one
No,
word.
sorry, that's 3 words.
No, one word together,
The-
mate. Squeeze them all together. The ski guy.
No such thing as all words all squeezed together.
It's a brand.
Unless it has a hyphen in the middle. Then it's
No, it's my brand. It's capital T, H-E, capital S-K-I, capital G-U-Y. One word. The ski guy.
The ski guy. Now, you've been over to Japan and did a little skiing.
My first business trip.
What happened? Because I remember you saying you had some Japanese yen that you still yet to spend.
Yes, correct. We were over in Japan skiing on a trip when the cyclone hit. Alfred, was it Alfred?
Yes.
Here. And so we got stuck. Good old Qantas and Jetstar cancelled our flight home, left us hanging about in Hakaba. But that was okay. Worked out that we went via Tokyo, via Shanghai, and back to Brisbane only a day late, but worked it out. No help to the local Australian Airlines. Come back on China Eastern. So, bouncing off your feet. So I had a little ski trip. Ski guys got a few more trips booked and lined up. We'll get into that in a second, I'm sure, but didn't have to spend much yen because it was easy going over
Yeah,
there.
but didn't you win some yen on a racetrack or something? And then you had to do something with some boots, and it turned out that you got a bonus to that as well. Just luck follows you around, mate.
That goes back a couple of years ago where
okay.
always when I go on a ski trip, I'll one day rent a new pair of skis just to try them to see if they're any better than the ones that I've had for 10 years plus. So do that. And on this day I did it, I tried the skis. They were nice, pointed them downhill and they were quicker than mine. And just happened at lunchtime looking for my friends, the ski shop downstairs had the Vocal skis that I ski on, the latest 2024 brand, on sale at 700,000 yen instead of 1.5 million yen. So, say close to $800. Couldn't resist it. Wasn't meant to bring new skis home, but helped myself and did. Went back to Tokyo for a couple of days, and the boys had never been to race meeting. Went there and accidentally won 800,000 yen at the races that day. So
Lucky.
So
just so much.
put the two together to say that I got free skis. I'm now a sponsored Vocal skier.
Did you get a cut of the 800,000 yen?
It's all mine.
all-
It was
it's all
mine.
yours,
Yeah,
all
all
yours.
mine. So I got my skis for nothing, basically.
And how much does that translate into Australian dollars?
About 1.1, so about $850, $870
Oh,
for a $10 bet.
yeah, but not thousands, not 870,000.
No.
Actually, I'm a bit short of a fiver at the moment. Can you flick us one for a loan?
Absolutely could.
Absolutely not, I bet.
Yeah. So the ski guy's alive and kicking.
A good man. Well, I don't have anything exciting like that. Lee and I, of course, have just been plodding away here in the studio, churning out our podcast. But my baby podcast, which is about surfing, called Surftown, which I was talking to you about earlier, it's powering ahead. I've been interviewing some really interesting people. And it's a great thrill for me because being a lifetime surfer, you have surfing heroes, the greats of the sport. And I've been able to interview a few of them lately, which has just been a real highlight. So that's about all that's been happening in my life, Michael.
Surf at the moment's fantastic, isn't it?
Absolutely. The last 3 days, it's just been, as we say in surfing parlance, it's been going off. And I've just been surfing every day, and I'm just completely knackered.
Beautiful.
So,
Yeah,
guys, I can feel a lot of testosterone in the room. I wonder if you can open up the door, Keith, and let some out. But in the meantime, I was thinking about the personalities that you are. Keith mentioned it. He said, oh, look, I'm an Aussie. You're a Kiwi, I'm a Pom. So we're three different people, but we're all males. And I thought, how do we view one another? What's our traits? So if you look on the screen here, you'll see 6 ranks or types of male personalities. So I've got a little quiz here for you guys to do. Is what do you think you are on that list? And more importantly, can you name what we are on the list? So Michael, if you can work out who you think Keith is. So let me just take you through the names. These are alpha males, a beta male, a delta male, a gamma male, omega, and sigma male. So look through the traits. I won't hold you to it. Just have a think and see who you think Keith is, who I am, and I think who Keith is and you are. And then see if we match up to what we think we are. What do you reckon?
So there's 6 types of male personalities there, and each type has 4 characteristics. So alpha male, for example, is dominant.
You want to go through them?
No, I'm just having a quick skim across. Alpha male, dominant. Beta male, kind, cooperative. Delta blends in, Gamma challenges norms, Omega, awkward but passionate, Sigma, the lone wolf, self-reliant. Well, I think I've got you pegged, Lee. I'm not sure about Michael just yet.
What about you, Michael? Where are you at?
Oh, I got myself worked out, but haven't got a clue on you two yet. Let me read on, please.
Okay, so while you're doing that, so Keith and I, later on, will be doing a YouTube video. It's our second one. It will concern our new venture, which is Rogue Radio Noosa. We'll be asking people to come in, to help out, to be part of our venture. I will be dropping a episode for Don't Get Me Started, which is an amazing one, which is, do you like yourself? It was a major question for me. I sort of went deep on it. Keith sort of was taken by surprise. And so anyway, the other thing is Surf Town with Keith. He'll be dropping a couple this week as well. So stay tuned.
I think this is really interesting, Lee, because recently I heard a podcast by two sort of Australian thinkers / intellectuals, and they were talking about toxic masculinity. And the way that they were framing their narrative was masculinity is bad. They just majored on toxic, as if it was all persuasive for masculinity. And they said, well, for masculine men, we need to stop doing all this sort of bad behaviour. And I really was quite put out by it, because I thought not all males, good males, have display or conduct themselves
in that manner,
in toxic behaviour. There's only a small percentage of males that do toxic behaviour. Now, and the other thing is these two guys would pride themselves on inclusivity and diversity, but they didn't include or diverse to talk about feminine toxic behaviour, because it's there as well. I mean, it's human nature for anybody to be bad. It's not good that they're doing things that are wrong, but we can't get rid of the wrongs in life because they just simply happen whether we like it or not. Well, I thought it was really kind of an attack on masculinity. What's wrong with men being men? Women need men to be men. It's the law of nature. They don't want us to be neutralised or muted to the fact that we're too afraid to open a door for a woman, or to be strong, or to be one of these male personalities you got up here. They're all pretty good, aren't they?
So who's going to go first? You want me to go first?
Yeah, you kick it off, Lee.
Okay, let's kick it off. So, Keith, I reckon you're Gamma.
Let me see.
So you challenge the norms. You're an independent thinker. You're socially different, intelligent but unpredictable.
Oh, I'll take that. Thank
You're
you,
a Gamma.
And I totally agree.
You
with
do?
you. Yes.
Two out of three thus
Yes.
far.
Yep.
Okay, doing well. Okay, Michael, I think you're a Delta male because you blend in, and I've seen you blend in many conversations with many people. You're reliable but reserved. You don't lead unless needed, and you follow instructions well because you need to in your job.
Okay, I'm happy to take that.
You're happy to take that? Oh, 2 out of 2.
No, I wouldn't have said that of me originally.
Now, Keith.
I wonder if you are going to agree with what I think you are, Michael, because my evaluation is different to Lee's. I think you're a Sigma male, self-reliant, you have alpha traits, but no spotlight. You operate outside the system and you don't need validation.
Yeah, that's probably closer, I think. All of these, with 4 points in each, have got a bit, it's quite confusing, eh? Because you can think that's him, and then you go, no, that's not him.
Yeah.
So it's actually easy to blend them. But
And you can think I have a little bit of the other types.
Yeah.
In my
You're probably right, though. I've probably got some alpha traits, but I'm not all of the alpha traits.
Well, what would you pick for yourself? All right, do you want to know what my thoughts are?
Yeah.
I think you're alpha. Now, alpha, dominant and confident, natural in leadership roles, commands respect, and socially magnetic. Do you like that last bit? And he is. I've seen people being attracted to him, particularly females, breathing.
I don't think I am. I find that with the alpha straight off the bat and the dominant and confidence, because this is why I wanted to bring it up, because we all think differently and people portray us differently as well, like you're doing. So it's very interesting. So I'm an alpha from you and a...
I think you're a beta.
Okay. So
I think you're a beta without number 2.
Beta is kind and cooperative, avoids conflict, craves connection, and loyal team player.
See, I don't think you don't avoid conflict, because you know when you think someone's wrong, you're going to tell them. So that's the reason why number 2, I've got 3 out of 4, but not all of them.
craves connection.
Well, you're always around people. You're talking now. That's a connection. right? You wouldn't be doing a podcast and this if you didn't want to connect with people, right? I do think you're kind and cooperative, and you're working as a team, the two of you here. So I see that, but I can see bits of nearly all of them.
Okay.
Why don't we make a number 7 and add what we want?
Yeah.
Go
So-
ahead and do it.
What's Keith?
Oh, Keith's absolutely, you got him right. Gamma.
Gamma.
Yeah, absolutely.
What one that's been picked for you stands out the most that you think that person chose that? Michael,
What about
you
I wasn't listening.
you said you said Keith was
I said Keith was Gamma.
Gamma.
Yes.
All right, Keith. So what do you think of
We
one of
both
those-
said that, remember? We
Yeah,
both
we
said
did.
that.
Stands out to you that maybe Michael and I picked it because of that one trait.
Oh, it was a bit hard for me to answer. Could it be that I'm socially different?
That's my one. What about you, Michael?
I had 2 and 4. I had independent thinker and intelligent
Intelligent
but
and
unpredictable.
Oh, good
Interesting.
man, Michael, good man. I'm going to drop all this anti-Kiwi stuff now. You're my best new buddy forever.
Okay, Michael. So I picked you as Delta. What did you pick him as, Keith?
Sigma.
Sigma. Okay. Yeah.
Well, can I ask you why you see me as socially different? I thought I was a nice guy.
Here we go. It's happening.
Am I some sort of geek or nerd or just a oddball?
2 heads give it away, don't they?
I told you I'm being kind to Kiwis on this podcast. I'm not retorting to that.
Keith, who do you or what do you think you are that you would pick on that list?
From my Gamma list or...
No, you personally.
Yeah, no, I would have gone, I think you're right, I am Gamma.
Gamma. Michael?
Who? For me?
Yeah.
I probably would have said Sigma.
Sigma?
For myself. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Me, because I've been Sigma, you said, and Alpha, Keith. I think I'm a Sigma.
See, Lee, I heard you say, would you, let me just backtrack it a little bit, Michael. Would you agree that he's Alpha? That Lee's Alpha?
I would say he's more Sigma than Alpha.
Why would you not want to identify with being dominant and confident and natural in leadership roles, Lee?
Because those words, dominant and confident,
I thought so.
yeah, they're very hard, heavy.
They've got
hitting
Donald Trump
words.
written all over them, haven't they? They have, and you don't want to be that ass.
but
Commands respect.
Yeah, you don't want to be that ass.
But I'm going to challenge this. There we go. Challenges norms, right? Now, this is what I was saying a little bit earlier on
Yeah, you
this
did.
when
There
I was
you go.
listening to these two guys on the radio and they're talking about toxic masculinity. They say this so often and we hear this so much that we're now actually afraid to say that we are dominant and confident because it kind of donates because of all of this attack on masculinity that if you are strong and dominant and confident, you must be an alpha male, that you must be putting out all this toxic behavior somewhere. I refute that. What is wrong with being a strong, dominant, confident person who can lead, who can inspire others, who can lift others up, who can carry a lot of responsibility, who's got strong shoulders for others to rely on, who can use their own initiative to create things and make it all happen by doing the hard yards, by being confident and being dominant, and who can say when the team's flagging, come on, crew, follow me.
Well, there's nothing wrong in that. It's just I perceive to be. It's different from what you're thinking it from a way like, why do men or they think masculinity is wrong? Because a lot of people wouldn't. They'd say, I'm very happy with my masculinity. I don't need somebody to say I need to be this, this and this. I'm very confident who I am.
But Lee, you are a confident guy and you are dominant. You're very much you're very much a self-made man. You don't like to rely on other people to make things happen. You don't like to follow along their coattails. You make things happen yourself.
Yeah, but that's also why if you take the alpha traits of confident, natural and leadership, put them into Sigma that says alpha traits with no spotlight is more in the norm. Because if you go back to alpha and you've got commands, respects and socially magnetic, it's quite wank, isn't it? It is. It's like, I want to be the centre of the room.
No, I don't see that as wank at all. Commands, respect. I mean, some people just have it.
But this is the beauty of it. This is why I wanted to bring it up.
Everyone's got their different opinions.
Look, that's
yeah,
right.
it's cool.
I've seen two men in my life that when they entered into the room stopped. Now, one of them was Johnny Cash. I saw him in concert in Perth in the 80s, and he walked out onto the stage, and I'd never seen a male so magnetic in presence in all my life, and he just stood there in his black coat and his guitar and the microphone. There was no band behind him, just an empty stage, and everybody just looked. You could not take your eyes off him. He was just magnetic. Now, I was also in North Queensland about 12 or 11 years ago, and I was at a ball in Charters Towers, the Miners' Ball, and who should walk in but a very dominant, confident, prominent politician by the name of Bob Katter. And the moment he walked in the room, everybody stopped
It's a hat.
and just looked at him. Now, he didn't have the hat on. It was a ball, but we're all dressed appropriately. You just could not help but look at him and feel his presence there. Now, you can say whatever you like about the man, but he had it. He just had that magnetism about him.
Absolutely get that. Same thing. Greg Norman.
There you go.
See Greg Norman on a golf course. He has an aura about him.
Years ago, when I was teaching, I was in a large staff room that was predominantly women. And this was at the time when Bill Clinton had gone out and played up with his secretary.
I remember this story.
And cheated against his wife, right? Now, and he came to Brisbane. One of the teachers in the staff room was going down to hear him speak. And she said, I'm going to give him a piece of my mind. That rotten so-and-so, he cheated on his wife. How dare he? And she went on all week with the days leading up to going to this meeting. She came to work on Monday morning and all the crew were there. How did you go? Did you give him a piece of your mind? And she went, oh my God. She said, I just walked up to him. He was so magnetic, so charismatic. I just wanted to rip my blouse open and say, sign here.
Now, last question on this. Do you agree with labelled each male to be? So, alpha male, a leader. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Yep.
A beta male, supporter.
Yes.
Yep.
Delta male, average.
Yes.
That's average quite low. It's delta male's a bit better than average, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm happy with that. There's nothing wrong with being average.
Okay.
You just
See,
don't
just
want
the
to,
word again.
yeah,
That's
it
what
is.
makes you
It's the
think.
word. You just don't want to be rotten.
Okay. A gamma male, a rebel.
Yeah.
Who does not want to be a rebel?
Yep.
I mean, who doesn't?
There you go, you see. See, there's nothing wrong with these words within themselves. It's the social weight that's on them, that is on them, isn't it, that we're kind of pulling back from.
Yep.
The omega male, outsider.
Yep.
And then finally, the sigma male, a lone wolf.
So each one of those categories of male masculinity is equal to the other. None of them, in my way of thinking, are stratified that one is better than the other. I would put them all equal. And there is nothing wrong with being average because most of life is average. Most of the time, all you have to do is fulfill your responsibilities, clean your house, run your affairs. It takes up a lot of time and it's boring and it's average.
Yeah, but no one wants to be average.
No.
But we all are, really. Who's extraordinary?
Hey,
Break your own balls.
It's 2-1, mate, just because you're a rebel.
Yeah. Break your own balls.
Who's extraordinary? Bill Clinton? Well, he's in trouble now too, isn't he? Well, we won't go into that.
I like it.
Now, can I ask this question? Are you happy with your masculinity?
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm a lone wolf, mate. I just make my own rules and do my own thing.
Are you happy, Lee, with your masculinity?
100%, mate.
Let me just tweak the question a little bit. Are you happy to be known as a strong male that exudes masculinity?
Yes, I am.
Hesitation there.
Yeah, I am.
I think we should all be very happy with it because, see, the thing that we are not bad humans.
Well, let me throw another one at you. Hunter-gatherer. Mm-hmm. How does that feel with masculinity?
Perfect.
So
for me.
perfect. So I'm a hunter-gatherer. It
See-
sounds better than, are you okay with your masculinity? It's like you're trying to say to me, are you sure?
Yeah, no,
You're sure about that?
no.
Because you've listened to something where it's not attacked masculinity, but it's given it a rough ride.
it was passive aggressive. That's
There we
what it
go.
was.
And so what I get.
I'm not a hunter-gatherer.
You're not?
No.
What are you?
I don't think so. I don't know. I'm not a hunter-gatherer.
You're a nurturer.
I'm not sure now. You're starting to confuse me, you two.
see, when you break down masculinity or femininity and you want to put a label on it, toxic, what you really are talking about is bad behaviour. You're not really talking about a masculine thing or a feminine thing. You're talking in this base form, a human who's doing something that's bad. Now, women can be just as bad as what men can be. Simple as that.
Should we get into cheating? Remember we did a podcast on cheating? Oh, have we done a podcast on cheating? But there was something like that. And apparently, what do you think, Michael? Do you think males or females cheat more?
What sort of question's that?
That's a good one.
Who's listening to this? But, I don't know. I would not be surprised if it's pretty even.
Yeah, it's pretty even, but it just tips over to female.
It seems to sound more wrong when it's the guy.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. See, all this is socially weighted, where if you get it back down to just human nature, we're pretty much the same.
Yeah, correct. But it does seem to sit worse if it's the male that.
Now,
Why do you think it sounds worse if the male's cheated?
I just must be an old school sort of person. Must be an old school values, I reckon.
Yeah, but what if the male has been a good father, a good provider, and his wife goes out and cheats on him and he finds out and his heart's broken?
It does happen, I'm sure. I'm sure it happens.
It does.
Now, Michael, we've got you on because you've got a very interesting past, and I want to delve in a little bit to your past. On the News Now before, you were talking about you used to run a pub.
Yep.
Was there any bad behaviour in that establishment, Michael?
No, not one pub. Been a hotel manager since I was 22 years of age. Did all my training with Lion Nathan in New Zealand. Worst thing I've ever had, I've been hit. I've had to stand outside the front door of a hotel in Queenstown and stop bikies coming in for about 6 hours on the spot and never let them pass the front door.
How'd you do that? You're only 5'3".
Exactly. Just when
It's that sharp
no,
tongue.
when you don't change your mind. You stand there, you may have security standing behind you, but you just tell them straight, you're not welcome, you won't be served. The moment you look weak, you'll be weak.
Do you miss those days?
Absolutely not.
So you went from the pub, then you went in to run a cafe. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So why the big change from running?
No, different story. If you're a hotel manager, and I got taught this by my first ever general manager when I started training, you want to be a publican and you're going to spend all your life in the public bar drinking, or you're going to be a hotel manager and you'll hardly drink at all because if you have a problem in a hotel room or a restaurant and you smell of alcohol, you've got no credibility. So you either want to be a publican or a hotel manager, and I was a career hotel manager.
I hope that you're enjoying the podcasts and the content that we're bringing to you each week. I want to take a moment to invite you to support the show. Your contributions help us continue creating high-quality episodes, bringing in exciting guests and exploring the topics you love. Every bit helps, whether it's a small donation or signing up for our Patreon account. By supporting us, you're not just helping keeping the lights on, you're becoming part of our community and helping us grow. To show our appreciation, we offer exclusive perks, behind-the-scenes content, and so much more for our supporters. So if you love what we do and you want to see us thrive, please consider signing up at buzzsprout.com/don't get me started. Support the show. Thank you for being part of our journey, and let's keep the conversation going.
And that was the path of your success.
Yes.
Oh, well done, Michael.
You were married to Daryl at the time then?
Yep, Daryl and I met working in hotels, and we've worked in hotels and then the cafe ever since we've been together.
Was she a moderate drinker or a non-drinker as well?
Very moderate drinker, very moderate.
Perhaps because you chose to be a hotel manager was one of the reasons she was attracted to you.
Maybe, but I don't think so. I think she just loved me from the moment she saw
well,
me.
there you go.
Look at the chin.
I think it was just she went, that's the one. I probably can't do any better than him.
He's got Sean Connery eyes. Look.
I'll tell you what he has got. He's got scamp and charisma written all over him.
He bloody has. Now, then you went on to News Tropicana, where I met up with you, and you portrayed yourself as someone who was always engaging. You were active. You were ready to step in on any occasion or any situation. You are a proud father, a family man. Is that the real Michael? Or is there something else that's you're not telling us?
No, that's the real Michael. We've worked all our life to get where we want, but we enjoy what we do.
Keith will back me up on this. Every time we see you, there's a smile on your face. You bring an energy, which ignites me too. And you and I can just talk forever and ever, and we have to break rapport. Have you done that to everybody you've met? I know you've got a massive friend base, but up in New Zealand, is it different here than New Zealand?
Nah, honestly, this is my natural state. I would talk
Do you
underwater.
believe that, Keith?
I do.
I would I could talk underwater. And my brother used to tell a story saying, bit silly, but he used to say to friends, oh, he's clever. He could have been anything he wanted, but he wanted to go work in hotels. I love working in hotels. I love working with people. So for Daryl and I, management rights was easy after hotels and cafe. Easy, because we're around people all the time. You either like being around people or you don't. It's as simple as that. It's black and white as far as I'm, but we engage people. We like engaging people.
But I believe that to be the case. I think that's the real Michael.
Yeah.
If you really
It
want
is.
to find out, like everybody has their quiet times when they're at home, they're having a rest or they're doing their hobby or whatever, or pursuing their little lone interest. But if you like, well, you could be somebody who likes to get down the back shed and do you're a wood carver.
No.
Or you're a gardener.
No.
Or you're a book person.
No.
But I tell you how you can tell the real person. Put pressure on them. You can only see what a person is really like when pressure is on them.
Yeah, how they react under pressure. Yeah, right. It's cool. I don't, and it's funny because I have very little drinks. And friends say, well, what do you like when you have half a dozen drinks? Exactly the same as I am now, but a wee bit louder. It doesn't change much, really. So it is the real me.
Why were you guys...
Are you trying to work out who I am or what?
We've already worked it out. Why were you laughing when I suggested somebody could be a wood carver down in the back shed?
It just doesn't sound like Michael.
I do not have hobbies like that, and I'm not that hands-on.
Well, I can't see him being a butterfly collector.
No.
Or stamps.
That's why I'm going to keep skiing all my life.
In all your adventures and all your travels and endeavours, have you got any funny stories about the pubs or the cafes or News Tropicana that you could share that stands out for you?
Probably. Can I say them on here?
You can.
I had a funny one on Saturday night, just gone, at 11 o'clock. Now, we've been out for dinner with friends who are up in Noosa, and at 11 o'clock we get a call out from two girls up in one of the apartments that one of the girls is locked in the bathroom. At 11 o'clock at night. I haven't had that yet.
Well, you would have had to go on and open
So
the door. Or
I
did you send up Daryl?
No. Well, we were in bed asleep when the phone rang at 11. So I had to go up thinking, oh, my God. I went up. One of the girls opened the door. The other one's behind the bathroom door. The bathroom door is not locked, but it won't open.
What was the
It's
problem?
jammed.
It's just jammed shut. It ends up, I'm just going, oh, my God,
You've got to put your shoulder into it.
Yeah, do I have to break down a door? So I said, I'll just go down and get some tools just in case I've got to maybe take it off hinges or whatever. And so when I come up, I'm going, okay, what's going on here? How we didn't do this? And they've obviously been drinking. The girls have been out and they're part of a hens party.
Oh, God.
Right? But they've all finished for the night and then I get the call out and stuff like that. So it worked out that when I thought, oh, God, we might have to take the door off its hinges to get her out. And it was not, I know it wasn't locked. So I just started turning the door handle on the outside and said to her, and she was calm inside, and I said, can you just turn the door handle the other way just to see what happens? And eventually it popped open and we got her out. And she said, oh, that was embarrassing. I said, it would have been much more embarrassing if you were in there naked.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Particularly if she was drinking.
He said, oh, that was embarrassing. He said, well, can you put some clothes on there, please?
Oh, we didn't think of that time. So no, that's, there's a little ditty for you, but it's not a bad ditty, is it?
So we're coming to the end now, Michael. Now, my last question, I'm sure Keith's got one too. What's your passion? You've said a few things, but if you could pinpoint it down to one thing, what are you passionate about?
Daryl and I have always worked with people, and that's the worry for us when we finish working with this, up here.
You're going to go to Koh Samui.
And not going to go to Koh Samui. I'm going to, but you still need to have connection with people. We've got a lot of friends, but you can't go from working a 7-day week to nothing without seeing people. We'll always be around people.
Yeah, I think you will be. Just recently, I've had two people come into my life, and both of them don't work, and they are so active in community groups and sports. Every time I turn around, I see a picture of them, or I hear them, or I see them. They're involved in this, they're involved in that. They just push in. They just make it happen.
Well, what about this for an outcome? When the Olympics are on in Brisbane, and we take the piss out of this right now, but imagine being the person at the airport in the bright blue and yellow or green shirt saying, do you want to go to Strathpine or do you want to go to South Bank this way for this bus, this way for this bus? Be a volunteer at the Olympics.
Oh, I can see you doing
That'd be
that.
quite cool.
Have you got your name down?
What, already?
Yeah.
No.
I can see Michael doing that. Now, he's just been to Japan. Did you go to Tokyo?
Yes.
Did you go to Hakakura Park?
No.
It's amazing. Sunday afternoon, Japan comes alive because they don't have to work. As you know, they're workaholics, 6 days they work. Sunday morning, they sleep in. Noon on Sunday, they come alive. And then they go into this park, and there's all sorts of little subcultures that are played out. And right at the beginning of the park, as you walk in, there's those famous greasers with all the leather jackets and the tight jeans and the black swept back Elvis hair, and they have boom boxes there, and they do all the twists to themselves. But just as you go past them, there's a group of these Japanese men with beards, and they have signs up in English and in Japanese, free hugs. And they're all warm and fuzzy.
What's hugs?
Yeah, these guys, they just exude, hello, would you like a free hug? And I can see Michael doing that at the Olympics. As he welcomes the world.
I think so.
He can have, they had on pieces of cardboard, and they'd handwritten, and you can have it in French, English, Spanish, Italian, Kiwi, Japanese, Chinese. Now, the Kiwis might not be able to understand anything.
No. Can I just add, just before you finish, the ski guy has got a group going to Canada, the Sun Peaks, next January, and has just now been approached by a group that are going to the Dolomites in January next year, all by word of mouth, by someone getting my card. They've already booked theirs for the Dolomites, but I'm going to help them with all their extras and stuff like that. It's a freebie because they said they want to go to Japan next year. So that's how my life's going on.
Tell everybody where to go to, what site it's on, what your website is. It's all yours, mate.
So go to www.theskiguy.com.au.
Can you just repeat that?
www.theskiguy.com.au. Have a look at the blurb. I wrote all the blurb. The pictures are mine from other ski trips and stuff like that. There's even a picture of me eating an ice cream somewhere in Japan.
Really? Do you have a beard?
No beard.
You're going to have to get ready for the Olympics.
No beard for the Olympic.
I can just see him. He's perfect for that job.
He is.
Free hugs.
No, he is. It will last all day, every day.
Yeah.
He's a dynamo.
Imagine some Brazilian who just connects immediately because you're given that free human contact and you get an invitation over there to their daughter's 21st birthday. Maybe somebody in China wants you to go out and have a look at the terracotta warriors. Oh, look at this guy. He gave me a free hug. He's so amazing. The world could open up to you, Michael.
I thought I was arranging ski trips and now I'm hugging people. What's going on here, Keith? You are whatever you said on the board it was about bloody...
Oh, forget now.
Yeah, forget that now. We're all over that.
That's old news. Michael, well, listen, thank you for coming on. You've done your trilogy. I'm really happy. You're our first one to do all three of our podcasts. Unless Keith would like you to come on as a special guest for Surftown, the podcast, then you've done all four.
Actually, what we could do is I could have you on as a special guest to talk about rugby. And I'll be nice.
You don't have to be nice, but I could talk about rugby all day with you as well.
All right, let's just
Absolutely.
Excuse me, Lee, 60 seconds. What did you think of the Wallabies' performance against the Lions?
Wallabies improved as it went on. The Lions started out as a very good footy team and then got soft at the end. Wallabies got better. They did get better.
Yes, they did. Did you think that the expansive running game of the Lions showed up our game to be rather pedestrian, where we just kept going up the middle with the forwards, up the middle, up the middle, up the middle, and relying on gaining territories close enough to get to the line to push the scrum over and put the ball down?
Yes. The Lions used to be that team up the middle. They came this year, and if they got in your 22, they scored, not through their forward pack, through hands. They were playing like Super Rugby is played.
How do you think, I do believe that the Wallabies were improved. I thought the last two tests they played pretty good, even though I don't like their style of play, as I said, emphasising the pushing up the middle all the time. How do you think this Wallaby team will go against the All Blacks?
Well,
this year?
Silly question, really. You know they're going to lose.
What was that question about $400?
Yeah, exactly. But no. The Wallabies' true test the next 2 weeks in South Africa. They will either show up that the Lions were just okay, or if they play really well and can beat South Africa in South Africa, it's going to show you how well they've improved. My thoughts is they're going to get beaten up and bruised in South Africa. So unfortunately, playing the All Blacks after that is going to be a hard sell.
Well, maybe.
Better side than they were, but we'll still beat them.
But thanks, Michael, for coming on. Thanks, Keith. And until next time, take care of one another.